Hey guys, welcome to the chat. We're just waiting on Gina coming in, and Steve will be at his mic will be fixed soon. Oh. Your guest will need to reconnect their mic before. We're just having some technical problems, and Gina's in the chat. I've put Gina, the link's in the chat to join. Steve says he's not connected. What happened to Sarah, Scott?
I had to reset the Wi-Fi, so take a wee minute or two for it to
I'll let this
pop
build
back
up
up.
anyway.
This is what happens when the Wi-Fi drops out sometimes. You just need to reset it. Right now I'm running on my data now, so.
Alright.
I'm waiting on the Wi-Fi to pop back up on my phone.
You'd maybe be better sending away for like an Ethernet cable. And
I think we're going to have to, because it's happening too often. It's getting to silly stages.
You need to contact your internet provider. I've went live. That's good, that is. So Steve, Steve's not there. So Scott, where do you think the next investigations will be once this is lifted? We're having technical problems, guys. Sorry about this, but we've lost Scott, we've lost Sarah, and Drew. God knows where she is. Yep, you're back again.
I'm back again. That's why I back. As soon as lockdown's finished, Sarah and I are going down to Chips.
Dear God, guys. Yeah, you're breaking up a bit there. What's your camera resolution set up? Guys, we've had nothing but bother all night tonight. My internet's running fine. I'm running 125 meg download. I'm fine. But this is just not working for the rest of them. I don't know what's wrong. I'm here. I'm fine. Everything's working.
Keep disappearing.
I know. I mean, it's maybe because I'm wired, I don't know, but it's just went to buggery. And Gina's disappeared off the face of the earth. Scott keeps disappearing. Oh, there's Steve. He's back in from beyond.
Right, is that any better?
It's Steve.
Is that any better?
There we go. That's a lot better.
Yeah, I'm using the webcam, right? It's taking me.
We're having technical problems, Steve. Scott and his wife and Gina, they're having technical problems. Oh, there's Sarah back. There's Sarah back now. Oh Lord, will this work? Yay!
I'm back.
Where's Gina?
I'm back.
Right, let's talk some ghosts. What? Oh, I was just waiting her coming in. She sent me a message saying she's rolling some fags.
Oh well.
So we'll just need to talk because I'm not staying up to your own time, you know. Hey Dobby.
I'll answer your question.
What?
So after lockdown, Sarah and I are hoping to head south down to Chepstow for a couple of investigations down there, but we want to do as much as possible up here, obviously, with yourself and the sector. So we're just waiting. We know we can travel down to England, but it's got to be the one day back sort of thing. So as soon as that's we're off and hopefully get some good footage and good results where we're going.
That's right. You know, I've just remembered, I need to post the link to your YouTube channel. Not everybody that's in the chat, there's 10s. I need you all to go to this YouTube channel when I, when I post the link. I forgot about that. There you go. How many subscribers you got in it now? The channel?
I checked it earlier as well.
20.
20th? No, 10, I think.
Copy link. I'll tell you the note about. You've got 10 views, 7 subscribers, but we'll fix
7.
that right now. Watch this miracle. Watch this. Let's see how many we can do. Right, guys, there's 10 of you in here. We need you to go to this channel and subscribe to it once I upload it.
It's the Facebook page that's
and Gina will be rolling her flags.
like.
Here we go. 10 views. There you go, guys. Take that invite that's everybody that's in the chat. It'll come up in the box shortly, and that's to the new Paranormal in History YouTube channel, where you'll find some ghosts and goblins. Hey, Honeybee. Honeybee here grows his own honey. What do you do? He keeps his own bees. So,
well, there's only one video on the YouTube channel just now, because we've just started it up basically. But
you will.
More bad.
Aye.
You'll get for anybody who's going to subscribe and have a wee look, just a wee word of warning. But there is going to be more added as soon as possible. Of
course, you came up. We forgot to do the day, didn't you? After we left the church graveyard, we forgot to close it down. Say don't follow us home. So you might have had some guests.
That's maybe why the Wi-Fi has been doing all the time.
I'm alright. I'm wired up. I've got my crucifix around my neck, you know, with the big rosary beads, you know, the wooden stakes ready for the vampire to come in, you know. But guys, listen in the chat. What's that, Steve?
Is Lewis coming on tonight or not?
No, he was out for his dinner with his wife. He'll be on Tuesday or Wednesday night. He was out for his dinner the night. So, I don't know what's happened to Indrina, because I was wanting to talk. Everybody's wanting to feel the power, no twice quick. I'm just reading multiple bottles, south both exploding. Here, Scott, you should talk to Steve here. Steve will tell you about how he's caught ghosts, haven't you, Steve? Why don't you tell everybody, Steve, the ghost experiences you've had?
Well, where do I start?
Steve adopted my ghost.
I think the weirdest one though is where we was doing all those murder mysteries unsolved cases, and we always had like about 4 or 5 people in the hangout, and we believe we was building up so much energy. One night when we was doing a live stream, because I got CCTV throughout my home, I bought some new ones, and the new Wi-Fi just went offline completely for some reason. And I started humming, and one of the people in the hangout said, "What's the matter, Steve?" I said, "My new Wi-Fi's just gone off." I went, "Oh, hang on a minute, it's coming back on." And as it came back on, a full-blown black apparition appeared in front of the camera and it disappeared.
Right.
I mean,
because what do you think we've done? Because of the energy created over the several weeks, months, where we've been doing all these murder mysteries and unsolved cases. I believe that we may have got enough energy to open some kind of portal. Because we was doing case files Jack the Ripper, Ted Bundy, Lisa Lamb, Sandra Blaine, Liz Tate, whatever. We was doing so many. We'd done about 25 murder mysteries unsolved cases. So we must have pulled in something. We must have.
Oh God, that's all you need.
Brought in enough energy to open some kind of portal for that to happen on my own.
You're talking about some scary cases, These people weren't exactly your average everyday killer, basically. You know what I mean? With Bundy and Jack the Ripper and what have you. So there would be a fair amount of energy coming. If you're doing that many, then I dare say something's popped up and came through basically.
So a friend of mine, Perry Pumpkinhead, he put the video down, downloaded it, and he'd done a frame by frame. And what happened? You know, the figure only appeared for about a second laugh. But Perry took the video down, he'd done a frame by frame. And what happened, he got it from like a misty kind of figure, and it kind of like expanded all out to a full-blown apparition of a person striding through my living room. Then it just suddenly goes back to a mist and disappears. So after about a second and a half, he was able to make it look like probably about a 3-minute video out of it, because he slowed it all down and everything, you know, and done it frame by frame. And it was like, you know, it was creepy. I was a bit scared at it, but a couple of hours after, I thought, well, why be scared? That's the kind of stuff that, you know, most paranormal investigators are after, to capture that.
Well, that's one thing that's always that I've found not funny but weird, that you get some of these paranormal shows and they go hunting and they find something and they run the opposite direction. You know, I think to myself, why? You're there to find a ghost or a spirit or some kind of evidence. As soon as you hear a noise, you're all heading for the door, and that just defeats the whole purpose. That's just my opinion. You know, just defeats the whole purpose of being there in the first place.
I think they're looking for, you know, the truth and, you know, evidence that's going to give out there, but you don't realise that, you know, you could be walking through a hallway in an old asylum or something, yeah, and you can hear the knocks and bangs and taps and footsteps, and, you know, that's not so bad, but when something actually pops out in front of you, you know, that is a scary moment, you know, kind of thing, and it does put the heebie-jeebies in you, you know. You just want to turn around and run, but, you know, you can't be running away and running out of the building, because, you know, that's what you're there for, isn't it? To capture that evidence.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's as soon as you catch her, so you don't run away. You need to stay there and find the way you can, or capture what you can. Otherwise, there's no point in going. You know.
See, when that happened to me, that black apparition, I was in here. That happened.
Oh, it's too close. It's too close. Hey, I'm here. Too close to me, but back there, well.
When you go, Steve, finish. It's quite interesting that you're saying.
I've not seen you three for ages. Too long. You see me all right?
Yeah, I was just saying.
When you go, Steve.
I was in here at the time, you know, doing a live stream, and it's where I turned around, I saw it happen on my camera in the living room. And the weirdest thing, I tried looking through those cameras, and I could not find anything on the video. It was only because my webcam was facing the big screen TV. The webcam caught it on YouTube, but I could not find the footage anywhere on my DVRs, and I had like 3 cameras in the living room when it happened. I went through all the footage and I couldn't find it. But you can see it happen on YouTube, which is weird.
Yeah, well,
that's
you think the other cameras would actually catch it. You know, obviously one's chorus, you think the other 3 would, or maybe know the 3, maybe 1 out of 3 or something like that would catch it. That is quite good. But as you say, you don't expect, you know, when you go into these places like maybe an old asylum, hospital building, whatever, you expect to hear bumps and, you know, whatever, bangs and stuff. You get a full-blown apparition just appear right in front of you. Okay, it's what everybody wants, but you want it to happen, but you don't expect it to happen if you know what I mean. And so when it does happen, it would give you a wee bit of a fright.
You're back.
I know. I was trying
to log in.
Into Streamlabs, but I didn't realise it took me right away out.
Your camera is quite good. No, you're fine. Your high definition cameras.
No, it's quite good, aye. No, but it's just a wee total thing.
A question for your use.
Hi, Dobby. Hi, Honeybee. Hi, Anne.
Here's a question for all you supernatural people. What do you think shadow people are? Do you think they're ghosts? Do you think they're demons? What do you think they are?
I think there's different kinds. I think there's the shadow people that's like maybe deceased people that you're seeing them as that form because they're trying to be some creepy. And I think there maybe is like shadow, like a spirit of some kind that is a shadow being, do you know what I mean? But I don't necessarily believe that they're evil. I think it's maybe humans trying to portray themselves as evil sometimes. But then again, I don't know how you feel, Scott, your psychic.
To me, a shadow person is, and I could be wrong, this is just my theory on it, is, you know, as you say, it's no a negative spirit, it is a spirit who has got enough energy to appear, but no the amount of energy it takes to totally materialise, if that makes sense.
Right.
They appear as a shadow.
That's what I kind of feel.
Yeah,
so that's theory on it.
You know, I think it's more of a spirit trying to manifest itself in a negative way, and you know, trying to put the frights on you. But you know, like you said, there's different types. You've got the shadow man, you've got the hat man. You know, you've got the shadow creature that roams around underneath people's beds and in closets. So you got like some we're doing kind of shadow figures that can be, you know, in different haunted locations, I suppose.
I mean, everybody's interpretation of them's, you know, different. I suppose that's the way.
It's like, if you think about it, you know, like the Yeti, the Abominable Snowman, Sasquatch, it's all the same kind of thing. Same with the shadow people. It's all practically the same kind of thing, just it appears slightly different.
It's Chris. Oh no, Steve. Wally's asking who was talking. I'm saying it's Steve. You wonder who
I thought you were talking to me then.
No, sorry.
So I can't hear. Everyone's falling over the top of each other.
I know. Where do you think will be the next place, the next big investigation? Scott had an idea about doing a live stream in the graveyard at 3 o'clock in the morning.
For Greyfriars. I think that would be quite a good investigation, especially with being Greyfriars. To me, Greyfriars is, I mean, some people might disagree, but I think Greyfriars is the ultimate. I know there's hundreds upon hundreds of haunted locations, you know, throughout the country and what have you, but to me, Greyfriars is the ultimate place. We're talking about the most haunted graveyard in the world. And if you consider its history and what it's built on, you know, you're talking roughly estimated 500,000 bodies buried there.
We just need to find somebody to send into the Mackenzie's tomb, didn't we? There you go, Gina. You get in.
That's the thing.
Stick a GoPro in your head, we'll send you in.
I'll go.
See, well, we're a volunteer to go in. If we could get the padlock off, we volunteer.
Oh, you could get the padlock off it and it'd be all you need is a bill to pay the bolt cars.
I watched the documentary and see when you go in, there's actually a grid and the grid lifts up and you go downstairs and that's where there's 5 coffins in it and 3 of them are strangers. There's only 2 Mackenzies in it, 3 of them are strangers, so we'll need to ask if they like that or don't like that. Because I watched
I would love a look in it. I would love a look.
I think there's 3 different levels to as you say, you can see the grid that you're down the stairs. I think there's another level underneath that as well. And it's reported that there's hundreds of skeletons basically down there.
Definitely.
I know the homeless guy that broke in 1998, he went down to the first level, and that's where he had his encounter. But I don't know if it's ever been confirmed.
How big is it? Is it got like tunnel systems running off it or something like that? I just thought it went down the steps and it was just a room.
As Scott said, I think it's got like 3 rooms underneath what we see in the top level. It's got like 3 cellars, if you will.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's
And that's where there's different.
What's that, Steve?
I've got a question for you, right? It's more of a 2-in-1 question. 1, what do you think is the oldest spirit that you've actually seen or believe you've seen? And how far back do you think we can actually see spirits from the past?
That's very interesting.
Like
I
some
will
people
too.
say Romans, Saxons. I don't think you can see that far back. I think we can only see spirits up to about maybe 100, 150 years. I can't see that you can see someone from 1800 or even 1600.
no. I would.
It depends on their energy.
I don't think there's any limit to how far back you can see. I mean, there's countless of stories of Roman soldiers and knights, and all being seen, documented, and what have you. I don't think there's any limit, any time scale. I think to me, I've always said the praise down to the spirit if they want to be seen.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people who've seen spirits from Roman times or Saxon or something like that, that's just like an imprint. It's not like a proper residual. It's more like an imprint of a spirit. Because it depends on what ground you're on. If you're on chalk or granite or...
That's right.
Rock,
what's that called again? Is it the stone tape effect? Where rock records something.
That can hold the actual energy of the people who died there, and every so often, once in a blue moon, depending on the atmospheric, conditions, the rotation of the earth, all that kind of thing, you might actually see something from 300-400 years ago. But you're not going to keep constantly seeing it all the time, like people reckon they do. I don't think that's possible. It's more of an imprint.
I suppose there's, but then you'll have spirits that's no wanted to cross over there. What happens if you were born in, say, the 1300s?
Do you believe you've seen any spirits, Scott, older than that?
I've picked up spirits older than that, older than 300-400 years, As I said last week, to my knowledge, I don't think I've ever actually seen one, but I have picked up on them. So, as I say, it's just my opinion, but to me, it's possible you can see spirits even back as far back as Roman times and what have you. And there are documented accounts of people seeing and hearing and what have you. But I've picked up spirits older than that.
Oh yeah, I know. But, how often you're not going to see a Roman or a bunch of Romans marching along, what they called a roadway outside an old Roman town constantly, are you? It's going to be once in the blue. It's let's put it
maybe one.
Gettysburg.
Oh, it's not going to be a constant haunting. Once in a blue moon, you might, somebody might see them.
Steve, you feel that we're like the imprint of the spirit and know the actual spirit itself. Is that what you feel is maybe more going on? That it's maybe the imprint of the spirit instead of it being the spirit, if it's over a certain age.
That's what it
you
means.
maybe mostly feel,
It's kind of, I think what Steve means is it's like a, say for instance, I spent all day, every day of my life in a certain house, right, and then I die. That means it's no my soul's went somewhere else obviously, but there's my imprint of me in that house, because it's went into kind of like the rock that the house is made of, the bricks or the mortar.
I agree with you, Linda.
And people think it's a ghost, but it's no a ghost, it's just
like the imprint
and a copy.
Yeah,
it's like a copy. But then again, you could have spirits, Roman soldiers, because do you think of all the battles that there was Maybe they don't want to cross, you don't know. You see what I'm saying? Maybe just because we can't see them, it doesn't mean to say that they're not there. You know?
Yeah, but if you're saying that, you know, Romans like had battles and not crossed, how about people before the Roman times? How about all the
That's
way
very
back
true.
to, like the prehistoric time, you know, with the
Aye,
cave?
running about with a club. Aye. That's very true. I've never heard anybody saying, oh, I seen a ghost of a prehistoric man. I must admit.
Well, aye, true.
Or the dinosaur.
That'd be
Have you
quite
ever seen
funny.
a dinosaur running about?
Any of you caught it on
It
camera?
would be quite funny, caveman.
Any of you caught a caveman on camera, they probably think, well, that's not that's someone running around just a caveman.
Aye.
Probably.
Just like a Roman, they probably say, well, that's just a someone dressed up as a reenactant, you know, and he's been to one of these reenactment kind of like festival things, and you know, he's on the way home to Roman, and like you've caught a just normal
Well, it's
people.
weird. It's weird you should say this. It's weird you should say this because see the night when I went to meet the Groovy Gang, as I call yous. When I went to meet yous, there was there's a party on just up for me, right? And I got into my car and I got to the end of the street and I seen two guys dressed as bananas. It was a fancy dress party, by the way. Then I got to the corner. Then I got to the second corner and turned off, and I seen a woman in a sumo wrestler's outfit. Then I got halfway down the road and I seen a man dressed as an Indian.
You sure that wasn't in Bruno? Liam's
I
got a
don't know.
sumo outfit.
I don't know if
Should
I've
have
too much
dressed
in my
up
bar's
10
cherry either.
with
No.
them.
Now, what I'm trying to do, I'm still trying to figure out why spirits come to us and communicate with us. You know, is it because they want to pass on a message, or are they lonely where they are, and you know they're too afraid to cross over? So we still
suppose that spirit's different.
really.
Well, look at Scott. He picked up in that murder the day. In my village there was a murder, and I never tell him that, and he picked up in it. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but why do they want us to pick up on it? Are they actually there to communicate with us? Do they want to communicate with us? Now, you know, I've been doing this 8 years, yeah, and I've seen some captured some crazy stuff. You know, and not actually seen crazy stuff, but I've captured it on video. You know, like a hooded monk in Jordan's Wood.
I've seen your video there.
Norman in Jordan's Wood. A little girl dressed in a cape at Puckley Village. Now, I've caught a load of different things. I've had little Mary running down the hallway. Why are they actually coming through and trying to communicate with us? What's their purpose?
Maybe.
Basically, my whole insight into it as a purpose, it could be various reasons why spirit is still hanging about. One, to pass over some kind of message that they feel they have to, whether it's a family member, a friend, whatever. It can be because they are afraid to go to the light because they're weary.
Yeah.
What's on the other side, so they know they kind of feel safe here, rather than take that step into the light.
I think that's maybe the spirits have died the last 20 years. I think that's why we get spirits so much now. I think that's the case.
But I agree with what you said, but you know,
they're dead.
You know, they want to try to communicate with us. You know, it ain't because they're too afraid, and it ain't because they've not been able to cross over, and it's not because they've not been able to send a message to the loved ones. There's got to be other reasons why they want to come through. Maybe they're trying to tell us that there is an afterlife. Maybe they're trying to tell us, hey, you know, when you die, there is a place you can go.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're trying to tell us.
Every spirit's got their own agenda, really, isn't it? Because they're slow for anything.
All different reasons, but you get spirits that actually don't realise that they're passed over. You know, if they've died suddenly.
That's the ones emptied, I think.
They think in their mind, they think they're still alive, and so they're doing whatever they did in life, basically. Or maybe the same thing over and over. But they, you know, some spirits feel that they've still got a purpose here. You know, maybe it could be a grandparent or a parent. that they still want to look
That's very
after their kids, their family, so they feel that they want to
That's
hang
probably
around.
common, isn't it?
But then,
That's
okay,
probably common reason.
I know a lot of people
If
say, a lot of people say it's dangerous, but I do a lot of Ouija boards on my own there, right? And I always make sure I close it down. But why do people, like spirit people, come to communicate to us on the Ouija board from a different country? I've had people come from Italy, Germany, America. Why come over here and communicate with me here when I could be communicating with someone over there?
Because you've been on the same wavelength at the same time. That is a coincidence in a certain
You're more
level.
open to them.
You're more
open. You're more
So
It
attractive.
could be something that connects you. You just don't know what connects you, but it could be something.
So you're saying
You
like
just don't understand what it is yet.
it's probably the frequency that you're tuned into, that wavelength, yeah?
Yeah,
On that particular day, that particular night, that particular time.
yeah.
And
I
maybe
think
they
so.
can only come through that one day and not any other time. Because I've actually spoken to Irish Mafia through a Ouija board, and they came through 2 nights running, but the third night, nothing. So
I don't like the Ouija
was
board.
the frequencies the same those 2 nights? Was it down to the conditions, the rotation of the Earth, you know, the atmosphere, the EMF?
Possibly. It's just that that's the clear line of communication at that time, as you say. You might not ever get that again.
Well, I can
Unless
promise
you
you
know their name
this.
and you can call upon them and then they'll come.
Well, I can promise you this. If I die before any of you, I'm definitely coming back to haunt you.
Well, you
me
know,
too.
that, Chris.
I'll make up a
Well, you
code
might
word,
have to
right?
come and punch you and kick you at the butt and say, right, get your ass up. We're going to go to the World War II camp. You promised me
I'm going.
to go and meet the ghosts of the Germans, you know, the prisoner of wars.
Don't worry, I'll be your personal poltergeist.
Yeah.
Make up a code word that we can all give each other.
I've
And
had,
the day passed away, we can tell each other.
I've had some poltergeist activity here.
Poltergeist. That's the word.
Aye.
Poltergeist.
Noisy spirit.
Right.
Is it not the German name for noisy spirit?
Yeah. Well, noisy spirit, playful ghost. That's like
Aye. But let's face
Hi,
it,
everybody in chat.
has Andy ever been hurt by a ghost?
A few
Aye,
people.
obviously possessions. But like possessions and stuff like
bites.
that. Aye, no. I'm saying, right, let's change it, I'll change it. Has anybody ever been killed by a ghost?
I would say so,
No, I've been attacked by a ghost. I've been possessed by a ghost.
I can't even remember the channel, but there was a channel where there were, I can't remember, so I'll maybe try and look it up, where the woman and the man gave about trying to talk to people that has been attacked, and there was a woman that had been attacked in her house, and it ran out into the street and threw her over a bridge, and there was witnesses to that in the street.
Is that Ghost Adventurers? Was that
No,
Ghost
I
Adventurers?
don't know, Chris. Maybe they get chopped through a bridge.
There was something there.
It was Ghost Adventures, you're right. And
Have you seen the new Ghost Adventures?
And that was getting chopped up. The spirit actually grabbed them and chopped them off a bridge, and she got broke. I think you're right. But they were showing you news clippings and that, normal people, so there was witnesses.
If a spirit's powerful enough and got enough energy, then I've never heard of it happening, but if a spirit has got enough energy, enough power, then it's possible. You know, as you said, with the biting and the scratching and, you know, again, Greyfriars. I mean, you're talking about hundreds of reports of bites and scratches, people getting...
I wonder if Sarah had disappeared too.
So if you get a spirit that's got enough energy, then if a spirit can, you know, bite someone, then either can cause them more physical harm and possibly even death. You know.
I think one of the worst ones I had in the attack was here when I was doing the live stream. I've just suddenly felt rather, you know, coming over really kind of like fainting ill. And you know,
On
on
Christmas
the side
time.
chat said, open the door, open the window. So I got up to open the window, and as I turned, it felt like someone punched me really hard across, you know, at the back, like flying across the floor. I nearly smashed my head through the door. Actually, my head was that far away from the door. My shoulder was killing me. Oh yeah.
Oh, press the wrong button now.
Oh,
I'm making the cameras better.
Look, we know you're handsome, Chris, but come on, you know, stop making us small.
Yes, I know.
me.
I'm just trying to kind of equal it out a wee bit there for you, you know.
Well, at least you can
Right,
get
well,
5
hang
on this way.
Oh, you've got you, dear. I'm an
You
idiot.
can have 10 on now. You can have 10 people on this now.
Okay.
Well, I've got the
10?
paid member
Aye.
one, so I don't know how many you can get on.
I think you can get more than 10. At the free one's 10 now, but I think the paid member ones is more.
I wonder if it does still
Yeah.
wonder, Toby, I know. It'd be interesting to go
What's
see.
that? That would be good. That's what I was thinking. See how we're talking about going to places. We should maybe try about going. That's Sarah there. She's back again. All right, wait.
No, I'm just got to
I
roll
was
my
thinking,
fag.
why don't we go to some murder scenes?
Aye,
Mm-hmm.
accidents and things.
If we go to murder scenes,
I've not been to a murder scene, but I've been
aye.
to the side.
I know there's been loads.
Well, there, but
Did you pick anything up, Steve?
that one, didn't
I've been to a suicide scene, like over Mitchell Green. Some guy commits suicide because he's been without his wife. So he went over the common and took an overdose and killed himself. And I didn't know anything about it until I saw it in the papers, and I didn't want to communicate with him straight away. I left it about a month or so,
Yeah.
and then I remembered that, and I started doing the ghost box, and I said, "Who's the guy who died over the common?" And I got his name, Ghost Box, and I found out exactly where he was, where he died. So I went over there, and I was using the ghost box. He said, "No, that way," you know, giving me directions roughly where he was. And the K2 meter started going completely, you know, bonkers. And I said, "Is this green?" So I just left crucifix there, cross and chain on the branch room. I said, "You know, thank you for communicating with us. I hope you got crossed over. Hope you're with your loved one."
No. I mean, how do you cross out a spirit? Do you just say like the Lord's Prayer? Or ask
Well, yeah, you do the Lord's
Archangel
Prayer.
Michael?
The way I do it, I'll ask them, you know, why they have crossed over. What's the purpose that they've not crossed over before? If they say they're more afraid, or they wanted to like stay behind to pass on the message, or they stay behind to look after someone, and now they feel they need to cross over. I just say, right, you know, do you need to, you know, own up? You know, do you need to repent your sins? And if so, you know, just like repent your sins and let me know when you've done it. And I'll do a crossing prayer for you. And not normally do a crossing prayer. And normally you feel like a tingling sensation when you cross someone over.
Aye. Or the energy suddenly comes back in the room and things. The energy will suddenly come back in the room. What do people say? I've never ever had to do it, but I do believe I would know how to do it. I've watched a lot of things.
That person the day. No, it's fine. I mean, that person the day that you picked up on that murder person, and I'll not say the name because it is a kind of touchy subject. No. Would there be any way you could cross him?
I don't know. To me, it's true. I mean, that's the third time I've been, and that's the third time. The third time I've been, and the third time I've filmed, and he's quite strong. And as you say, you don't say any names or whatever, but I think he's wanting to convey some kind of message to somebody in his family. That's why he's there, because he's very anxious, and so I think try to get him to cross over before he passes it. Whatever the message might be, would take a wee bit of doing. I don't think it'd be easy to get him. because he seems determined to raise no going until whatever issues
I wonder what the
involved.
message is.
We can help him. We can help him. We just need to keep him back, and slowly he'll start talking to us, hopefully, and we'll help him out.
It's I just feel comfortable with families when they let his family know. It could be something as simple as let his family know he's okay, you know, he's still there,
Aye.
but
Aye.
he is determined that he's. That's what I picked up from him.
It's like
Aye.
it's this problem though, but this problem though, you can't just go up to them and say, listen, your deed son says he's alright. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's how the
There's
spirit
us that
box
believe in
and
this
things
kind of
come in
things.
handy.
Aye.
In Scotland, he can speak for them as
Well,
well.
I mean,
Right.
I ken him. I ken him before
It's
he was
just
murdered.
Chris. You can't just
Oh,
go and
did
say,
you know
right, it's Bob.
Chris? Did
Aye.
you know Chris? Aye.
Aye.
Right. I didn't realise you actually knew him. I thought he was maybe for the homeless house
I was only
or
18
something.
at the time.
Right.
No, I was only about 18 at the time.
We're not going to obviously
You see-
talk about it too much. but
Aye.
we'll talk about it in the
Aye.
group on Messenger, right? And
Aye.
I'll see if we can help him.
Because the first time I went down with you, Chris, you'd have kind of, as soon as I mentioned it, you'd have kind of stopped looking your face. If you know what I mean.
Aye, it's when you talked about it, 'cause it's where it was, but you know what I mean?
You'd have kind of surprised looking. I'm going to call it your older face. Like that.
I could be Spock if you want, you know. That's not logical, Scott.
I think she just actually tagged that on Chris's Skoda face.
Definitely.
Okay. How in God's name did you ken I was wanted to buy a Skoda?
That was
I
crazy.
do like Skodas.
I've got no idea, but it was the
You
same
just need to
as.
fund me. You just need to fund me one now.
I'll try and set my mind to see if I can get you a good deal somewhere. You know.
Aye, try and get the
There's
club
no
registration now, you know.
But you should definitely go for a Skoda.
I think we're getting some feedback here.
You know, get the lottery numbers for this weekend, Scott?
No. See, that's the thing. I can echo. I can hear
Who's
everyone.
echoing?
Aye, it's Steve's mic.
It's
It's not my mic, because I changed the mic over, didn't I?
Well, if I mute you and then speak. Hello.
I'll speak to me. No, it's not me.
Hello.
It's no Steve. It's no Steve. That's amazing.
Is it me?
It's the
Might be my
spirits.
dodgy connection.
It's the
It could
spirits.
be
We'll blame
because
the spirits,
I
Steve.
keep
We'll blame
on
them.
a speakerphone.
It just keeps doing one thing after another. Isn't it?
I'm telling you, it's because you never said goodbye at the graveyard. You did.
Who never
Did you
did
know
that?
you ken about that?
Can you see
You never
me?
said goodbye. Aye.
See me? I'll put the earphones on.
I think it's because we didn't close that down when we went to leave the graveyard. Do you get what I mean? He's never said anything. I realised when I
No,
was
but
halfway
I'll
up the
see
road.
if I can generate this. I always say it in my head before we leave
That's
anyway.
why they always just say goodbye and close it off. But forget the winning lottery numbers, you know. Keep them to myself.
I'm
No,
just
you
going to
will
check
not.
the lottery now.
Oh, I can't
I'll
help
win
it.
the lottery tonight. I don't think you'll see me for a while.
I'll just go, I'll just disappear. Right. I'll be out
You can't
and I'll be out.
You want to care what the lottery numbers are?
No idea. I don't do the lottery.
32, 32, 33, 34, 48, 52, 57, and 13. What a crazy amount of numbers that is. What a crazy, stupid. Nobody's got,
I'm here.
one person's won 1 million.
I think it's must be.
I've just got a message from someone on Facebook. There was a guy called Richard Rose who was paranormal investigator in America.
Aye.
Apparently, he died of COVID-19.
I mean, there have been cases, there have been, people who have died that have been connected to something. I mean, take for the film Poltergeist, for instance.
Aye.
There was a few people connected with Poltergeist that passed away, a wee girl being one of them. And people were saying it was the curse of the film. I think with The Exorcist as well, there was a couple of people connected to the film and The Exorcist that passed away, and they said, well, that was, the spirits that done that. There's quite a few films where people have took.
Aye, you can the famous one, Superman. Mind the guy fell off his horse and get paralysed.
Christopher
The guy
Reeve,
played
aye.
Superman. Aye.
I thought the Poltergeist one was the most famous one. I think there's a few. Amityville as well. Something involved in the
I found out actually, see that the Amityville horror. It wasn't actually a house. It was something else. It was a piece of land. They turned it into a house to make it obviously the movie more interesting. But it was just a piece of land next to a shop that was meant to be really haunted.
Well, you see, with the Amityville horror, I don't know. That's just as I said last week, everything I say on here is just my opinion. Might be wrong. Might be right. But I don't know. I'm weary of the Amityville horror because the case of the Luptons was reportedly exposed as a fraud, and Robert DeFeo playing the voices in his head. You know, to me, that's a typical defence. You know.
What do you all think of what do you all think about the Pontefract ghost? What do you call it? Is it the poltergeist? The one who became most haunted, had the rope around the guy and dragged him up the stairs.
That was just I don't know. I'm not got a word for that one actually. Do you know? But I've not got a polite word for it. But I know that I've watched it many a time.
Did you see that, Steve?
Sorry, nah. What's that?
You see the most haunted episode for the Black Monkey Pontefract. What was the guy's name, Scott? He said he was pulled up the stairs. Aye, Carol. He said he was pulled up the stairs by an entity, but you can clearly see the rope around his waist.
That's going to annoy me now, Carol. She's married to Yvette Fielding.
And Yvette Fielding, aye.
Aye, Carol, aye. I don't like most haunted. I really think
it's a giveaway. See if you watch the YouTube footage, the way he stands at the top of the stairs, he leans over and what have you, and then all of a sudden, yank, up he goes, you know. Have you seen the one with the knife up his sleeve? Did you see that one?
I've not seen that one. I've seen the knife fleeing across the room and all that, and then the guy puts his hands down really quick.
No, there's one that's on YouTube again. Everything's on YouTube these days. If you type in Carol throws knife on bed, somebody, I think they must have filmed it in the mistake. You see him.
Somebody's getting a message through their phone.
It was me. I was sending a message to chat.
Not me. My phone's over there and they turned off.
It was me. That's mine's after.
Don't blame me. Don't blame me. I'm not blaming the echo.
I thought I was getting a message for the Titanic there.
Did you hear about the new mobile phones with 5G? Apparently, like, you know, you get 5G, you know, and it's come from China, you're going to get the COVID-19 crap. Well, my new phone's coming on Monday night. That's 5G. So,
Is it? Oh well, you'll enjoy that.
How many people have we got in anyway, troops?
We've got
See how
who's
everybody
on the chat?
there was activist.
Hello
Hi.
to Paranormal.
Hi everybody, chat. Hi Dobie. Who else did we go here? Pop a message up. I'll say hi after.
So when you make that point of flag hunting, you think it was real, or
I
I
don't
know it was investigated and there's quite a few teams went in and
Well, I listened to a radio show the other night there and they were talking about it. And this guy was one of the investigators. He was an old guy, he's in his bloody 80s now. And he was saying that when they went to the house, there was a weird white powder started floating through the ceiling down.
plaster.
They couldn't figure out where it was coming from. It was just like materialising in the air. I think there is something there, but obviously they were doing that because obviously they couldn't capture that on Most Haunted just to make money. You know what I mean?
Well, you're about to make Most Haunted.
As I say, that YouTube one, look it up, Carol Crow's Knife on Bed. You can clearly, somebody's filmed it by accident and you clearly see him walking into the room. You can tell he's got something up his sleeve and he walks in and you can see the body language that he's actually throwing it on the bed. And then he leans on the bed and kids on to find it and starts, obviously, the bed runs through the it's just so.
SOS again for Titanic.
That's what gives I think that's what gives paranormal investigators a bit of a bad name at times because people.
It does. It makes it so hard.
I just think everybody's the same, you know. Well, Most Haunted was fake, so and so must be fake, and we're just on the same bucket, basically.
Well, you know the reason why they have to fake stuff because it's the amount of people that watch the show. They don't get enough people watching their show.
Aye.
The show can go down. So what they do is that before they televise it, and they're in a location, if they're not getting nothing, they cut that out, and then they send the investigators back in and fake stuff, and then they put it on a video to make you think that they caught it when they didn't catch it. Most Haunted, Ghost Adventures, and the other one with Steve and Dave and whatever.
I will watch Ghost Adventures.
They now call themselves Ghost Nation. I wonder why they changed their name. Why did they change the name to Ghost Nation? Because they got caught out fucking faking shit.
There's a lot of folk out there that fake stuff. I mean, look at that guy that makes the boxes. What do you call him? Huff? Puff? I call him Huff Puff.
I do. Puffy, 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 puff.
Aye. I mean, you get who I'm talking about.
TV.
What's that, Ingina?
They have to fake it so they keep their spot on the telly.
Aye, of course that is.
Whereas people like us just want to
make money too, you know.
We don't want to be famous or anything like that, but they people do. That's why we do it. I don't want to be famous.
You think about it, if you stop about a house in the dark and you don't see nothing, nobody will want your show. If you walk about in a house in the pitch dark and hang and jump out the cupboard and you get dragged about and Christ knows what happens, I think we've got to give you money so you keep doing that.
Aye.
But see, to me, the other side of that coin is, as you say, you know, if you jump about, nobody sees anything, people don't want to watch it. But if you jump about and you don't see anything, and you put your hands up at the end of the show and say, look, we tried, there's nothing, then people will know you're genuine. Watch it again. If you know what I mean, they'll say, well, you know, they're obviously no faking it, so we'll give them another watch next week. The thing that really gets me is the amount of fake mediums out there who make thousands, maybe millions, you know, giving people readings, and you know they feed off of these people's grief, basically.
Oh,
to me,
somebody's
it's
phone's ringing
disgusting.
again. Aye. I mean, you do get the fake ones out there. They'll walk to the audience and say, yes, there's a woman died in the last 20 years.
Mhm.
And everybody will put their hand up. Yes, and this woman had a heart problem. And they're like, that's me. Somebody's got to do it, get what I mean?
I've watched quite a few of them on TV and what have you, and you see them in front of an audience. There's one woman, I can't mind her name, she's American, but you can see her in front of the audience, and you can tell a mile away she's fishing. You know, she'll come up with somebody's trouble with her.
Your mobile phone. Who's
Mine's
the
Mine's is
mobile
off.
phone?
Mine's off.
Mine's is that. I've turned mine after you.
I've turned my phone
They
off.
blame the spirits. It's the ghost for the Titanic.
definitely something I've put tonight, as I say.
Could it be? I've got all my
I think there is. I mean, we're having nothing but bother.
I know my connection keeps going dramatically. That's why I'm not talking, because it keeps coming and going.
I'm just about to end it anyway, guys. Get what I mean?
I've not took all my equipment in my bag for the day.
I'll end it in about 2 minutes' time. Remember, guys, see that link that I've been posting in the chat? Please go to the Haunted History and subscribe to them. Get the subscriptions up a wee bit. And thanks for coming in, Steve. Steve actually has guests on, didn't you, Steve? You have guests on your channel. There you go, Scott. You could go into Steve's channel if you ever want to. Because Steve's got a great channel for the spirits and stuff. Because I was looking for guests.
Send Scott my Facebook. And I add into my Facebook.
Yep.
And I like to get other people on to my stream sometimes, talk about, spirit world.
I'll be more than happy to go on. Because I think paranormal is something that more people need to learn about. You know, the more people learn about it, the better, basically. There's a lot of people with a lot of different questions, and if you can help answer some of their questions, I've put there. Like I say, last week, I think there was one particular about that's with their dog. About a dog, and we got a message back saying thanks very much. You know, that's put my mind at rest, basically. So I think the more you can get out there, then the more people you can help with answer a question, put a mind at ease, or whatever. But no, I'm happy.
Send through my Facebook as well, Chris, yeah?
Well, I'll do that just shortly when I end the live stream. Right, everybody. Thank you, Anjuna. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for everybody coming into the chat. We'll be doing a live through the week and at the weekend again. And no doubt, Anjuna will be uploading some videos, won't you, Anjuna?
Oh, I'll get a video at these.
Right. Take care, guys.
Bye. Can I just talk it for away? Still there?
No, keep going. It's still going. When you go.
No, that live stream from Greyfriars, we're going to try and maybe put that together. We'll keep a
we'll try and do that. We'll try and go live with Greyfriars, right? Okay, guys, thanks.